So we're a training company. We have been training at Fortune 1000 companies for several years. And when COVID hit, we suddenly had to figure out a way how to do our training virtually. Instead of flying our trainers out to be on campus and be on site, we couldn't do that anymore. And we found that it was hard putting all the technology pieces together, making sure it was seamless operationally on the back end, making sure everything was efficient. It was just a huge hassle to try to get all the pieces to work together, from sending materials out and doing the live trainings and tracking that, as well as on-demand coursework that we were trying to do, and then student reporting. All these things started to be really hard. And we heard the same things from our partners. And so being a technology training company, we had in-house talent. We decided, well, we could probably build something that could answer this problem that we and our partners are facing. And so that's what we did. We built TeachBeacon as a result of this issue, to tie everything together and make the virtual training process seamless and as easy as possible. And we built it to be able to handle training to some of the largest companies in the world, the same that we are used to training at. And so I want to take you through right here, actually on the TeachBeacon platform, our philosophy around how training should be delivered. What are the elements that you need? What are the technology elements that you need to be able to pull from, to be able to do it seamlessly? And how we were able to take all of that together and put it into one platform that hopefully is helpful to many of you. So we think there are 6 core elements to the virtual training lifecycle. Okay, you have the live instruction, which many people use Zoom for. You have the on-demand learning piece. So this is true blended learning, where you have the live teacher, but then you also have some maybe homework or on-demand videos or quizzes or supplemental material that happens when you're not in the live session. That this should all be tied together. Okay, number 3, you have social learning. So this aspect of being able to work with teammates, being able to collaborate, being able to ask questions in real time. All of that should happen as well to deliver learning outcomes. We have an element of one-on-one coaching or tutoring. So if a student needs additional help, or they have a question and they want to do one-on-one with the teacher, you should have that ability to be able to deliver that to those students and offer that. We have follow-up strategy. So we know that after a course, 2 to 3 days or however long it is, people start forgetting almost immediately after that course is over. And so if you don't reinforce those concepts, figure out how they're applying them to their jobs, a lot of times all that learning can go away. And so we need a good follow-up strategy to retain the knowledge. And then performance tracking. We have to be able to know how well the students are grasping the information and applying the knowledge, and oftentimes being able to accredit a certificate or some sort of badge or some sort of skill to those new skills that they're learning. And so all of that has to happen. Okay, so there's 3 aspects of this. We call it the training life cycle. There's the pre-class, the in-class, and the post-class activities, and all 3 are important. So here's a look at the pre-class activities. Okay, these are things to make students aware of the course and then also make sure they're prepared for the course. So we have things like promotional webinars to make sure people know what the course is and they're aware of the course, or if you need to sell some of your courses. Okay, if you're doing this with a client, you need to select the video platform, whether it's WebEx or Zoom or this or that, and your teachers have to be trained on multiple platforms to be able to deliver these kinds of courses. Okay, sending the course requirements to the class ahead of time so that they can be prepared, and being able to audit to see, well, have they read the pre-course materials? Did they take the pre-course quiz? Have they answered some forum questions so we can get to know them? Okay, syncing to student calendars, like when the live sessions are going to happen, when the on-demand content needs to be taken care of, and syncing that all to their Google or iOS or Microsoft Calendar, so it's all in one place for them. Distributing class materials, a lot of time that happens over email, back and forth, but course outlines, data sets, books, manuals, all that stuff needs to be delivered. Administer pre-class work, like I mentioned, class scheduling, and then teacher onboarding and coordination with who's going to facilitate this course. Do they have all the materials that they need? Is the course pre-planned? If that's the way that you operate, all that has to be done before the course even starts. Okay, and that's a lot of administrative burden, oftentimes the way the system is currently set up, or the way people are typically doing it now. Okay, once that's all done, then you move to the in-class elements. And in-class elements, a lot of times people just have bits and pieces of what should be happening here. Okay, so we think We need live sessions to have a live instructor there to know what students are learning, to answer their questions in real time, to help them through the material. Then you have your on-demand content, which can be done again as homework or additional practice or quizzes to test their mastery of the material. Okay, then you have the assessments. Like I said, on-demand and assessments, oftentimes that's rolled together in the same kind of platform, but both are important. You have the coaching. So again, in tutoring one-on-one, if people need additional help, you should have the ability to give that to students. You have the collaboration piece. So allowing people to communicate back and forth, to help each other out on problems and quizzes. That's important. And then you have performance tracking, again, to make sure that the students are mastering the material and to provide accreditation at the end of the course. Okay, that all happens in class and should happen seamlessly. And then you have post-class activities, which a lot of people tend to forget about, but this is important, right? Because you have the end of course evaluations to make sure that the course was good, that the teacher was good, so that you can see and make sure you're delivering a good product to your clients. You have course certificates, distributing those and make sure that everyone has those and that they're logged in a system so everybody can see them and remember what they have. 3 is student outcomes and reporting. Again, being able to tie all the pieces together. Were they participating in the live discussions? How'd they do on the quizzes? Did they do the on-demand content? All of those things should be reported at the very end. And then the long-term follow-up strategy, again, because we know people start to lose information as soon as the class is over. So we want to reinforce those concepts and make sure that they're getting applied to their workplace so that we have good outcomes and people are well trained. Okay. How do you get all of this done? That is a lot, and there's a lot of technology that underpins this. Okay, so you have virtual meeting platforms. A lot of people use Zoom or BlueJeans or WebEx for this. You often have an event or a webinar system like Eventbrite or WebEx or something like this. You have a social collaboration system like Microsoft Teams or like Slack. You have a coaching system like CoachLogix. You have a drip follow-up system like Elevator 9. You have a LMS like LeapSum or Talent LMS. There's 100 of those nowadays. You have online forums and course evals like Google Forms or Microsoft Forms to see how the courses are going. You have student reporting. So oftentimes you actually have to hire people to do this, to bring all the data pieces together. And you do that in Google Sheets or Excel or something like this. And then you have to have an integration platform to bring all of these pieces together. So Zapier, IFTTT, or hiring developers to put all of these things together. Some systems have some of these components together, but oftentimes their integration points are brittle and they don't share data like they should, and they often break. So this is a big problem. All of these technology pieces are required to deliver on the promise of good student outcomes for virtual training. Okay. So, and then here we map the 6 elements of training to all of these technology pieces. So again, your live virtual instruction, your social learning, your on-demand learning, your one-on-one coaching, your follow-up strategy, and your performance tracking. Here's the technology that underpins those 6 elements. Okay. It's really hard to integrate all of these tools. It takes significant time and resources. You probably have to hire additional people, and then you have licensing costs for every single technology piece that you're using, and it's a huge administrative burden for people to get all of this done. We felt that pain, and that's why we built TeachBeacon. Okay, so all of these technology elements we have put into one single platform. So everything works seamlessly. There's no brittle integrations. All of these tools are in one browser-based system, and so you can do all of these with virtually zero overhead, and it's very seamless and operationally effective to deliver this kind of training. Okay, and then underpinning all of that, things that you would expect from a platform like this, right? End-to-end security, scalability, it's mobile friendly, 100% browser based, nothing to download, it's easy to use, and it integrates, it's SCORM compliant, so we can, and has a RESTful API, right? So you can integrate it with your CRM if you want to bring in your contacts. If you don't want to replace your LMS, just integrate it with the LMS. It's SCORM compliant. You can bring in all the information and talk back and forth. If you want to replace your LMS, we have a fully functional LMS built into this system that actually a lot of universities use. So it's very robust and it can do a lot of things. That anything you would need to you do at the university level with an LMS can be done in our system. Okay, so that is the promise of TeachBeacon: reducing complexity, delivering results. Give it a try. There's a free trial. Head on over to the website if you're not there already. sign up for the free trial and give it a go. If you need additional help on anything in the platform, reach out to us and let us know. We're happy to take you through a demo. Additionally, this can be white labeled for your business or your company. So if you want to remove TeachBeacon altogether, then it can be all yours. You can be your own Zoom for anyone in the training industry and deliver training seamlessly with your name branded on it. So hopefully this tool is helpful to you. We worked really hard on it. We tried to get everything right for ourselves as well as for our partners, and hopefully it's helpful to you so you can deliver good student outcomes.